Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main show for today. I know many of you guys are going to be watching, you're at work. I'm going to tell you, this stream is going to be fantastic, and I have something for each and every one of you. So let me make sure that my sound works. Check, 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 check. Sound check. Cool. Anyways, if you could do me the favor, if you haven't already, follow on Instagram, and also grab, if you're out of work, for all of you, if you're out of work, grab a drink, and let's have a drink together. If you haven't already subscribed, subscribe now. I do show you all type of content, but on this stream, officially, we're going to be showing you Bitcoin all-time highs, and then we're also going to be showing you fragrance talk. Yes, fragrance talk. And if you're probably asking, hey, what are you drinking? I'm going to let you know what I'm drinking very soon. But for all of you, wristwatch check. I'm going to show you and talk about a little bit of wristwatch check. So for all of you watching, hey, it's going to be a fabulous, fabulous show. Tune in, hit the like button, and I'll see you very, very soon. Let me make sure that the sound is perfect. Wooza, wooza. Breathe in. Woosa, woosa. Gotta blow in, blow in. Gotta blow in. Am I ready to boom it on here? I think I'm ready to boom it for all of you watching. Hello, hello, hello. Also, I'm going to say this. I'm going to boom it one time. One time on it. Boom it. Let's go. Let's boom. What a beautiful sound. What a beautiful sound. I'm going to tell you this. Reaper Crew, if you don't already, Reaper Crew number 1. Have to wake some of you son of a guns up because some of you guys are sleeping at work. What you doing sleeping at work? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. If you have never been on any of these shows, let me tell you this. I'm a wild man. I'm a wild man. I have a lot of news to tell you. Watch-related content, fragrance content, whiskey talk, and Bitcoin to the moon. I'm going to tell you all of this on this show. And for all of you that think that this is the beginning of the show, it is not, okay? It is not the beginning of the show. As a matter of fact, I usually pump myself up. It's kind of like, how can I explain to you? It's kind of like before you work out, you gotta stretch your balls, okay? You gotta stretch your abs, you gotta stretch your legs, you got a left toe missing, you got the other toe. The point of the matter is, you gotta stretch out, okay? Beginning of the shows, I usually stretch out. I usually stretch my mind up. And for all of you watching, I'm going to tell you, I hope you really, really do enjoy this show. Fragrance community, I see you, fragrance community. Watch community, I see you, watch community. And also my whiskey community. You know who number 1 out here? I'm number 1. Ain't nobody out here in the whiskey community that can handle all the content that I'm doing, I'm putting out there. I'm finding time throughout my days to do this. And so anyways, this music isn't helping me. I need some kind of music to really tune me up. Tune me up. I think we're going to do that, and we're going to show you some Bitcoin price, Bitcoin charts, watch talk. We're going to do everything on here. So for the meantime, let's do this, okay? If you can do me a favor, please hit the upvote button for the stream. And if you haven't followed on Instagram, you can follow on Instagram. I will be dropping a link in here. Don't forget, I will be dropping a link. Please hit me with that upvote button, please. Anyways, here we go. Let's start the show up. Let's start the show up. Gotta get this going, man. Gotta get this going. You know what? Man, I'm feeling bad. I'm feeling, man. Let's do this. The animal of all animals, the main show. And I hope to God the volume's working. I see each and every one of you. Let's start this party off, yeah? Woosa. Woosa. That's what I need. I need a little bit of woosa time. Woosa. Okay, let's see. JP, good to see you. JP, Found Kitty, I see you. JP in the Chatroom, I see you. Let's suck this up, yeah? That's good. Shoutouts to Benchmark Buffalo Trace, one of the best Buffalo Trace products that you can get right now. Currently, the single barrel shoutouts. And then shoutouts to Sazerac Rye Whiskey. You gotta get the big boy. You gotta get the big boy shoutouts. Shoutouts to MJ, Michael Jordan. Shoutouts to the Freers community. I'm gonna tell you, here we go. This is what I'm wearing today. Boom it. Okay, that's what I'm wearing today. Yes. Versace. Also, I'm gonna go crazy on this street, man. You gotta tune yourself up somehow. Sometimes you don't need a gym. Sometimes you just need a little bit of motivation on the Tuesday. It is currently 3:41 p.m. Let's suck this up. Okay. Zahara. I put this shit up my ass. I spray it up there. This is fantastic juice. I'm gonna drop the goddamn ring very soon. You best believe it. Man, I need some motivation. Come on now. Who's the bad man?
Real bad
man. Come on now. I need to know. Is it you? Are you the bad man? Reaper Crew. Don't forget Reaper Crew. We're number one. Hell yeah, we're number one. All day long, baby. And for all of you watching, hey, it's going to be a fantastic show. We got some Bitcoin all-time high news. Fragrance-related news. Wristwatch news. And whiskey. I'm going to tell you, for all of you watching, hey, thank you so much for being a part of this amazing experience. If it wasn't for the future technology that we have here, you know, I'm going to say this. I've been hearing the words Matrix. I don't know what kind of damn Matrix. What are we talking about? Are we in the 90s? What? I remember last time I heard the word Matrix. It was a son of a bitch called, what is his name? Andrew Tate talking about it. Jesus Christ. You know what? The last Matrix that was made, the movie, it was straight dookie. I'm going to tell you, anybody uses that word, the Matrix, holy shit. The worst possible word to use now. Anyways, the point of the matter is, hey, welcome to the show. And for all of you watching, hey, ASMR whiskey sipping. Yes. We got some ASMR whiskey sipping. You're probably asking yourself, what the hell? What you got here? What you got in the glass? Well, most of you already know, Sazerac Rye Whiskey. Mix it up with a little bit of lemonade. Put a little bit of ice on here. This is a special lemonade that's ready with everything, all the juices that I need to. I don't need to cut no goddamn lemons. I don't need to cut no damn limes. I got time for that shit. I don't have time to be mopping up any bananas in my cocktail. I don't have time. So what I do is, I already have it made. And to me, that is beautiful. Also, for all of you, we're going to do some Bitcoin charts. Yes, yes, yes. All-time high, baby. All-time high. For all of you watching, I did tell you guys very recently that Bitcoin was going to go to the moon, and it already went to the moon, but it's not over with. For all of you watching, if you think, in fact, that it's done, look, let me show you, because some of you can't see this. Here we go. Let me put it on the screen. There you go. There you go. Bitcoin to the moon. I told you guys many moons. I always think it was last week. I told you if it hits 70,000, we're going to do something special on here. And I know in fact there's going to be a certain level. I'm going to talk to you guys like you guys don't know what I'm talking about. There's a certain level in the charts that I've been seeing in Bitcoin. It's very hard for Bitcoin to go over $70,000. There's a reason why I told many of you that when we hit 70,000 and we go beyond 70,000 on Bitcoin, that I would do an amazing stream, something for all of you. And if you have been watching, you already know I'm probably going to be doing that giveaway when it does pass 70,000. But you have to stay tuned to the Bitcoin. And I do know I said 70,000 because my charts. My charts are telling me, and my mental intuition is telling me there's a very heavy selling point on 70,000. There's also a huge wall of amount of people that do know, in fact, that $70,000 on Bitcoin is going to be very hard to beat. Last time Bitcoin ever had a time when it was there was a huge wall. I believe it was about 20-something thousand back when that level was busted up. It's a hard level to bust up. And back in those days, there was a lot of people that had a lot of selling points on there. And that is why currently I feel the need to tell you. As a matter of fact, I'm going to tell you this. I already told you 70,000. Bitcoin passes 70,000. And we're going to pop off. Okay, I would do a stream the same day. But currently we hit 69,000. Currently, you see the price on the chart right now. It's currently 61,000, 62,000. It just hit 62,000. Holy shoot! It just hit 62,000. And if you see my charts, yeah, that is my charts. By the way, I will be dropping a link in here. in the chat room. And for all of you, you know what? We're gonna do something. Let me drop this in here because I sometimes forget to drop the link in here. The link is for anybody out here that has been on the show. If you have a wrench, if you have had a wrench before, you're welcome to hop on. I do know JB, he's been on the show before. I see you, JB. And there's a couple people that have wrenches. If you have a wrench, I'm telling you, you will be able to hop on whenever you want to. If you do not have a wrench in the chat room, let's just put it this way. If you only been on the show previously, okay, then maybe you can hop on. JB would be an exception. There's a couple other people that have exceptions. But either way, the point of the matter is, not only we're going to be talking about that, we're also going to be talking about fragrances. Fragrances, yes. Fragrances. Gentlemen, just because you have a wristwatch doesn't make you amazing. A wristwatch check, dude, it doesn't make you feel amazing that you have a wristwatch. Let me tell you this. We're going to talk about wristwatches very soon also. And the whiskey, I'm going to talk about it maybe at the end because I do know the whiskey people are all working. So for the people that are in the UK, people in Europe, anybody that's tuned into this show right now about watches, we're going to talk about that right now. Currently, I have to say this, okay? For the people that have been watching me, our Archie Luxury Show, thank you for always supporting. I see you. But I will tell you, watches are like fragrances. And for some of you that do not know, you gentlemen have no idea that fragrances are actually kind of like watches. And you're probably asking yourself, how can that be? Let me explain to you how they do kind of. It's a men's fashion. At the end of the day, when I wear this, I'm going to give you an example. Yesterday, I was wearing this fragrance over here. This is the fragrance I was wearing yesterday, okay? So men watches are basically kind of like that. At the end of the day, when you wear a watch, and this goes for me. I've been wearing watches all my life, even as a kid. I was wearing watches all my life. Let me take off my watch. when I pick up a watch, okay, it depends on the mood that I have. It depends on how I feel that day. It depends on what neighborhood I'm in, what I'm doing, where I'm at, how I feel. If I want to feel if I want to feel rugged, I wear a watch that I can ding around. If I want to feel classy, I wear a watch that, is nice. It depends always on the mood, gentlemen, and that goes for all of you. Women too. I do know. Farm Kitty, I'll see you in the chat room. There's a couple of ladies also that wear watches. I believe Adventures is usually wearing watches. I think I've seen her wearing watches. The point of the matter is, when it comes to a watch, same thing goes. You gentlemen understand that watches are meant for you to see the time, easy, fast, and it's an art piece, and it gives you personality. There's a lot of people in the world that they don't know about watches, and they just buy any watch that they want to. They don't do research. They just buy whatever watch they want. That's most of the world. That's how it is. Now, everybody around the world knows what Rolex is. Everybody knows what Patek Philippe is. Everybody knows what the hot all-stars are. The hot boys, the hot boy watches. Everybody knows about the hot boy watches. There's a lot of people that do not have the money for those things, like Rolexes. And sometimes they end up buying whatever watch they could find. Sometimes, I will tell you, it's always good to have a good watch because you want to kind of have accurate time. You also not only want to have accurate time, but it depends on your mood. Imagine if you have one watch. I'm gonna give you an example, okay? This is a far-fetched example, but it still relates. If you have a watch and you just have one watch, okay? If you have a bad day, a bad mood, you're still going to have the same watch. How is that watch going to make you feel any better? If you change a watch, now this is the same thing happens with fragrances. I'm telling you, men's fashion and whiskeys too. I don't have three hands to put a whiskey in front of me, but the point of the matter is, women and men, they rely on certain things to change their mood, okay? And I do the same thing too. Currently today, I'm wearing this. This is eau de parfum, Versace. I've been wearing this. I believe 2 days already. Yesterday I wore Zaharoff Coco Loco. You're probably asking, why did you switch from that's because my mood was different yesterday. I was lacking. I need some coconut. In my ass. And this over here gave me that spark. It gave me that spark, and I've been using this. As a matter of fact, I've been using it almost every week. But the point of the matter is, when it comes to watches, okay, there are certain people that invest in watches. Is it good to be investing in watches if you know, in fact... Listen, just hear me out. I do know people want to say certain things. I feel you. You want to say certain things through the screen. But hear me out, okay? Just hear me out just one time before we even go too hard. If you wear a watch, okay, you know, in fact, that you have it on your wrist. You feel something on your wrist. You feel the time, the movement. You feel everything. You just feel like you have something on. Throughout my life, I've always worn a watch. Ever since I've been a little kid. As a matter of fact, when I was a little kid, I don't even remember having a plastic watch. I always had some kind of hard, heavy thing in my left wrist. I always had that. So when it comes to watches, you have to understand, when you get gifted a watch, which I've never been gifted a watch, thank the Lord. If you've ever been gifted a watch, most of the time, you don't feel attached to the certain watch. Now, if you do feel attached to the certain watch that you got gifted, most likely is that you don't care about watches. Watches are very, very personal. Okay, personal. Which means, listen here. I see the Bitcoin price next to me. But what means that you have to personalize your own watch collection. It doesn't matter if somebody out there thinks that your collection is horrible, trash, complete trash. It doesn't matter if somebody out there says, hey, your collection is straight dookie. I can't stand that collection, full of plastic. What is that Mickey Mouse collection? It doesn't matter. There's people that actually collect Mickey Mouse watches. And, at the end of the day, is that something that you like? If you like it, that's all that matters. It doesn't matter what anybody says. if you like wasting money on RM watches, now this, I'm not going to say this RM, kind of looks like a Patek Philippe, okay, kind of looks like a Patek Philippe. Point of the matter is, a lot of people tell me all the time, hey, I wear this watch, and then since the bracelet's nice and everything, and it looks really, really nice, okay, people always from far away, they always ask me, hey, what watch is that? What watch is that? Now, the reason why they ask me what watch this is, it is not about how it looks, because it looks beautiful. This watch looks beautiful from far away. And even, look at this, it looks beautiful. It's a beautiful watch. But most people nowadays, they usually ask because they want to know your status. And most of the people around the world, that's how they live their life. They want to show off their status, and at the end of the day, is that something that you care about? If you care about showing your status, well, my man, you're going to be wearing, what is it? You're going to be wearing the most expensive things, okay, the most expensive things, and if you're wearing the most expensive things, guess what? There's going to be jealous men around you that are most likely going to try to test your nerves, knowing, in fact, that you probably have money. Sometimes it's not good to show. Sometimes it's not good. This is watch talk, okay? Currently, sometimes it's not good to show the value of you, okay? It's not good to show your own value to somebody at the beginning. That is something that many people don't understand. For all of you, they want to know more about what I'm talking about, so hear me out, okay? This is going to be a little bit choppy for some of you, but some of you will understand exactly what I mean. Okay, so here we go. When you go into, I'm going to give you an example. This is an easy example. When you go into a car dealership, I'm going to tell you this. If you go into a car dealership dressed very, very nice, you will not get the best prices. I'm going to be honest with all of you. I'm going to be straight up honest, and I'm going to make sure you guys understand. When you go into a car dealership, if you think you're the big shot of the room, well, you are going to be the big shot of the room. Son of a gun, if you were the best watch to a dealership, my man, you are anything you want me to be. My man, you're Jesus. Oh, you're Jesus today, buddy. If you go to a dealership wearing your Patek Philippe, if you go to a dealership wearing an RM watch, okay, if you go into a dealership wearing a Rolex, my man, you are anything you want to be. Who are you? What's your name? Okay, that's who you are. I'm going to tell you this. Status is huge. You have to understand when to use status. Going to a dealership is the last thing you want to do. You don't want to be wearing, the best shoes possible. You don't want to be wearing the best belt. What, your belt costs $500, $1,000 for your goddamn belt. You don't want to be wearing that at a dealership. Okay. Also, you don't want to be telling the world that you have big core. Shit! Oh, I told the world! Point of the matter is, status is huge. Okay, if you go with a wristwatch to a dealership, they're going to look at you, and you're not going to get the price that you want, okay? Most of the time, they expect you to leave because you got the money. You want it? Okay. If I know, in fact, if I was a car salesman at a dealership and I saw that you had money, I know, in fact, that you're going to buy the car. There's no denying it. I'm going to try to sell you the car that you want and make sure that you know you're going to get all the women possible. You want to be called Jesus? You're Jesus right now. As a matter of fact, if you go to a dealership with the most expensive watch, if you plan on leaving with the car discounted, you probably will get a discount. And the most likely, the biggest discount you're going to get is the pat on the back. Oh, congratulations, you got the best deal possible. And the dealership just made, they made so much money off of you will never know. So there's watches, wearing a certain watch, does it make a difference in your life? To me, personally, it does. Okay, having a watch, having status, to me, sometimes it does, but not all the time. There's a lot of people that always ask me, hey man, I want to see the car you got, I want to see the motorcycle. It's okay, you don't need to see that. I don't need people telling me, hey, how the hell you got a motorcycle? Now, how much is that? Don't need to be showing that off. I will tell you, if you're one of these people that love showing that off, that's cool, man. That's cool. You do you. You do you. But understand that there's a lot of jealousy. People get jealous people hate, they envy other people that are doing better than. To me, I don't have time. I don't have time for that shit. I get a lot of YouTube creators that envy me. They don't even know about whiskeys, and they're envying me. Some of the people in the Fragrance Committee, Jesus Christ, I don't even have, like, okay, yeah, I show fragrances, but this is a whiskey channel. This is a whiskey channel. I show whatever I want to that's related to men's fashion. And then whiskeys, obviously. But the point of the matter is, what was I getting at? The point of the matter is, look, okay, I noticed recently somebody was talking about somebody's collection, and you know what? I'm not gonna mention who it is. I noticed somebody talking about a certain person's collection, watch collection, and then when I put two and two together, I said, wait a minute, time out. I said, wait a minute. This is what kind of listen here, boys, and then ladies, listen here. This is the crazy part of this. Now I'm gonna tune myself down just a little wild. I'm gonna get a little bit too wild on here. Okay. So I noticed recently, you all know I know what it is to be in a mansion and all that. Cool, that's cool. I understand. I see both ways. I see how all men are. Cool. The point of the matter is, recently, in the last, I think, week or so, I noticed that there was somebody talking bad about Archie's collection. Archie Luxury, I think most of you already know. I've been on this channel many times. I'm always there. The point of the matter is, that's the only show that I actually have time to watch. If I'm not doing videos or anything, Archie knows me. I talk to him every now and then. But the point of the matter here is, okay, it doesn't matter what kind of watch collection you have. Okay, having one watch is already good enough for you. If you like Apple Watches, well, I'm going to tell you, it's all your preference. There's a lot of ladies out here that enjoy having an Apple Watch. Do they want a Rolex? Yes, they do want a Rolex. But most of the time, most of the ladies out here, they would prefer having an Apple Watch over a Rolex. And you're probably asking why that is, because most of the time they want to see their phones. The strippers want to see their phone. They want to see their phone. They're in the locker room. They're changing. They got their watch on. They want to see. Right when it's time to go out, they take off the watch. But most of the time, for the ladies, they enjoy technology. And for the men, the same thing. They enjoy technology, so they don't care if they have a regular Apple Watch on their wrist. I'm going to tell you, okay? It doesn't matter. I'm going to repeat myself again. It doesn't matter if you have a goddamn, a dinosaur collection. I don't care if you have a little toy dinosaur collection. You do you. If you like collecting comics, you do you. If that makes you happy, you do you. Now you're probably asking, there's a lot of people that collect comics. Yeah, there's a lot of people. I'm not one of them. Okay, there's a lot of people that still collect Pokemon cards. I'm not one of them. There's a lot of people that collect a bunch of Picasso paintings. I am not one of them. Okay, there's also people that collect a lot of high-end luxury watches. I am not one of them. If I want to invest in something that I know, in fact, that's going to completely double, triple, quadruple my money, I invest in stock markets. I invest in crypto. Okay, I do not ever. If anything, I have one Rolex. You've seen my one Rolex. I don't invest on watches. Why don't I invest on watches? Because the ROI on watches, it is, to me, it is not fast enough. It is not fast enough to officially say, if I get a watch. So I'm going to give you an example. Say I get a amazing, beautiful Rolex with a let's see, like a beautiful green dial, amazing green dial, and I got it for a good price, box and everything, okay. And I got an amazing price for it. Say for example, I'm going to give you easy example so that it's easy for some of you. Some of you don't know math. Cool. Got the Rolex for about $21,000. Okay, $21,000. All of a sudden, that one Rolex, the next year goes up maybe, I don't know, say 8,000, maybe even 10,000. Okay, that is putting my own money into a watch. Okay, putting my money into a watch. hoping, in fact, that it's going to go up in the next year. And if it goes up, cool. But if it doesn't go up, I'm holding the bag. I'm holding the bag. And you're probably asking, what do you mean holding the bag? Okay, when it comes to stock market, when it comes to crypto, I can just sell the bag whenever I want to. I can sell the goddamn bag. When it comes to watches, you have to find a buyer. Not only do you have to find a buyer, but if you find an authorized dealer that takes your watch, that's cool. That's cool. The point of the matter is, how many people are going to want a green dial Rolex for the price at the time that you want for whatever you're asking for? You know how many other people are going to be trying to sell a watch, the same watch you are? A lot of people. I'm going to tell you this. Is it cool to have a whole collection of watches, of luxury watches? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Of course it's cool, man. It's freaking amazing. It feels amazing. Knowing, in fact, you have an art piece in your collection, it's cool, man. It's amazing. It's a good feeling that you accomplish a trophy. This is like a trophy, okay? This is like a trophy. Having a certain beautiful watch is like a trophy. But that doesn't mean that your trophy collection is better than mine. It doesn't mean that maybe somebody else's collection is better than mine. It might look it. It might look it to other people because they have an amazing, amazing collection. But that's not the collection that you want. You didn't build your watch collection off of their own personality. You didn't build your watch collection off of somebody else's maybe ideas, opinions on a certain watch. You built your own collection off of your own personality, your time of frame at that time that you're buying watches, your memories on that certain time on watches. You buy a collection knowing the fact that it's your collection. Now, if you're buying a collection to invest in it, that's a different story. If you're buying a collection to invest in it, it's almost like having a portfolio here in the stock market, having maybe the Apple stock, maybe having a Microsoft stock, Walmart stock. And that's like having almost if you mentally think about it, having a good collection of watches that you actually don't like a lot, but you actually have it because you're hoping to invest it in the future. That is a different mindset. And most of those people do not wear their watches. Most of the time, they never wear their watches. They keep them on the side. Now that I spoke about that, let me put my watch back on because, son of a bitch, we are live in the afternoon while everybody's working. It's currently 4:06 p.m. currently here in Florida. You all know here it's in Florida. And for all of you watching, I will tell you, same thing goes with fragrances. Okay, I'm going to speak about that right now because the reason why, what sparked me up today was a woman that posted on Instagram about a fragrance, and it was the fragrance that I actually got 2 days ago. This is a fragrance that I got 2 days ago, and I don't know how. She's a big fragrance influencer. I don't know how it is that she posting this up now, all this time. What did she watch on my birthday stream? Most likely, she'd probably walk away from her boyfriend to watch it. God knows. Point of the matter is, I'm going to talk about this. I'm going to talk about fragrances now. But I have to tell you, the whiskey of the day. I already told you the whiskey of the day. Remember, okay, you got the money. If you have the money, please buy yourself the big Sazerac rye. You have to buy yourself the big boy. It's kind of like, for any of you that I don't go to Disney. Okay, let's just be honest here. I can't stand Disney World. I can't stand Disney World. Jesus Christ. Point of the matter is, if you go to Disney World, okay, most of the time, I think they have the fast pass. You got to get a couple passes, okay? So it costs you a lot of money if you get the regular one. So the same thing goes with this whiskey, okay? You buy yourself the big boy. You pay a little bit dollars more, $15 more, I believe, or $20 more, and you get the big 1.75. That's my recommendation for all of you. This is what I'm drinking right now. Sazerac Rye Whiskey. Yes. Sazerac Rye Whiskey. And also for the people, there's people out there, they go, man, I can't drink that, man. I only drink high-proof stuff. I only drink flavored stuff. Just amazing. I drink the highest quality bourbon whiskey that you could ever find in your city. You son of a gun. You don't know that there's good $20 products out there. It's literally straight from Buffalo Trace Distillery, and this is gonna be as close as possible to maybe your favorite bottle. But you don't know because you're in your head. You're like, oh no, I have to have this high-end bourbon whiskey because we have over here Danny Boy at the store. He said, hey man, you have to get this. Here we go. Shout out to Danny Boy, the store clerk at the liquor store. Let me see.
Excited.
You see, that's what I'm talking about. You see, come on, man. You see, you got Danny Boy selling you a $300 whiskey. It tastes like complete shit, complete garbage, complete straight doogie in the house. And if you've seen my recent video, it's called Elmer T. Lee. You know what? I've had that video wanting to post it up for a good amount of time. I did it yesterday. I said, you know what? Let me just do it yesterday. So I posted it up for all of you. This is a whiskey that you're going to enjoy for all of the rookies out there. The best part about this, and if you guys, any of you high-end guys that like to drive Bentleys, okay, like to drive Lambos, like to drive, Ferraris, if you like to drive the McLaren, okay, if you buy yourself a Pappy Van Winkle and you tell me it's amazing, if you buy yourself a Pappy Van Winkle 20-year and you think it's amazing, you're lying to yourself, okay? You, my man, are a goddamn liar. If you buy a Pappy Van Winkle 20-year, you are a goddamn liar. You got no idea what you're talking about. Because all the rookies out there, the one thing that they do not like, hey, listen to this. The rookies do not like a lot of oak. That's one of the main things that they do not like. In their whiskeys, they never like the oak, very, very strong oak note that you will get in an aged bourbon whiskey. So for any rookie out there that buys a Pappy Van Winkle 23 and you start chugging now because you think you're cool, boy, you cool cat. Ain't nobody fooling me, my man. I know, in fact, you're only drinking it for the hype. You're drinking it for the clout, and that's all that matters. If I was to show you my Pappies, you would say, do you not drink them? You son of a gun. Who the hell's going to drink that? Who's going to drink that? Who's going to drink that all day long? Nobody. Maybe your wedding is around the corner, then you suck it up. But that's about it. What the matter is, when you have stuff like this, and by the way, I will say, okay, I'm doing the giveaway very soon. I'm wearing this. I wore this one yesterday. This one is Zaharoff. This is fabulous now in summertime. I'm wearing it more. Last week I wore it, I believe, a couple times, and yesterday I wore this one. So I'm going to tell you this. If you're into very nice fragrances, Niche House. This is probably the most inexpensive Niche House currently. And the bottle that I always take out summertime, this is the bottle Zaharoff, okay? A signature Noir. This is the bottle that I usually take out in summer. It's getting hot now, so I officially take out those summertime fragrances. And for some of you that want to know, these are two fragrances that I'm going to be using a lot now. And we're going to talk about fragrances, okay? I'm going to tell you about fragrances right now. Some of you already got the watch. I'm going to talk about watches again. But currently, again, I have to repeat myself. I'm wearing this over here. Okay, Versace. Okay, I'm wearing this. This is Eau de Parfum. Now, before I even talk about this fragrance, I want to make sure that all of you understand this is a disclaimer for all of you guys that think you're overweight. This is the disclaimer for all of you guys that think this is the best. You work for this company. You don't work for this company. If I want to trash this company, I have the privilege and I have a subjective opinion on this. So if you about to hear me trash this company, you let me go. You let me do my thing. You ain't working at no Versace factory over there putting tops on. No, you ain't working. So don't tell me that. By the way, anybody that defends Wild Turkey 101, you can put this bottle up yours, okay? I'm going to tell you this. This bottle, to me, Wild Turkey 101, only use it for cocktails. Any of you son of a gun say to suck this up and drink it in a Glencairn, I'm going to say this, okay? Not my thing. I have so many other whiskeys that I can have. You're asking right now, okay, but why is it so empty? It's empty because I use this in cocktails. It's currently one of the best whiskeys to use in cocktails. I did say this. Let me repeat myself one more time. This is officially one of the best whiskeys to use in cocktails. You're probably asking, why is it good? Because, man, you got the raw spice in this son of a gun. It just goes straight up your ass. This is amazing. It's fabulous. Wild Turkey 101 in cocktails, that's what you have to do. So for anybody that comments in my comments, I will always like your comment. I don't care what kind of opinion you have. I will always like your comment. I don't care how bad your comments are in the videos that I post up about this. You took some time off to comment on my video. If it's a negative comment, it's still time off your day. You could have been taking a shower. You could have been eating some fudge. You could have been having some Pop-Tarts. I don't remember the last time I had a Pop-Tart. But the point of the matter is, you could have been having spaghetti. You could have been having lobster. You could have been having your time of your life with a goddamn nice little watch. You could have had you could have been at the freaking. You could have been at the AD trying to find yourself a Rolex or a Patek Relief. You could have been at the shops. But you decided to take some time off. Comment a bad comment in my short videos because you feel the need to tell the world that Wild Turkey 101 whiskey is the best whiskey in the world, and my opinion doesn't matter. For that, I will always give you a heart on that goddamn comment, because at the end of the day, I in fact know I in fact know you don't work at Wild Turkey, my man. You're just one of these guys that pulls over in the middle of the road and says, I got to comment on this guy. This is driving me crazy. I got to comment on this guy's short video. Let me say something. You're wrong. That whiskey is the best whiskey. You don't know what you're talking about. That's cool, man. You comment like that. And that's for the people who want, not you guys in the chat room. Reaper Crew, I'm not talking to you guys. You guys already know the drill. But there's a lot of people that have memories on whiskeys. And if they have memory on that whiskey, kudos to them. I think it's fantastic that they took some time off and commented. So I will always like to comment no matter what. The only comments that I do not ever like, any kind of racism, any kind of hate upon a community, any kind of racial hate, okay? Any kind of racial hate, that is one of those comments that come on, man. Come on, man, come on. Are we not seeing who the president of the United States is? Come on, man. You can't be doing that. Man, anyways, hey, super rant. That was a super rant. Holy shit. Look, if you think that's the only rant I have on this show, no, man, you got no idea. That's not the only rant. I'm gonna talk about fragrances now. Here's the rant that I'm gonna give you on the fragrances. I'm not gonna talk about women talking about men fragrances at all anymore. That is completely. I left that on the other stream. I'm not gonna talk about women talking about men's fragrances no more. Okay, that's pointless to me at this point. But the point of the matter is, when it comes to fragrances, listen to this. So when I pick up a fragrance, okay, I get out of the shower, and I already have the mood. I already have the mood of what fragrance I'm gonna wear. And so when I pick up a fragrance, same thing goes with my watch, okay? If it's really, really cold outside, it's not gonna be cold outside anymore. But the point of the matter is, if it's really, really cold, there's a certain watch that I always wear. I sometimes wear a leather strap, or I wear that fox leather. Okay, sometimes I wear that fox leather. Okay, that to me feels better. If there's a rubber strap, that rubber strap leather. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you this: when it comes to watches, I have a preference on watch, on the time, on how casual I am, how formal I am. It always comes down to what I'm doing in the day. Always. If I'm riding the motorcycle, there's a certain watch that I wear when I'm riding a motorcycle. If you think it's this one, this is not the watch that I wear when I'm riding the motorcycle. When I'm riding the motorcycle, my watch, when I'm riding the motorcycle, that shit is jet black. Jet black, okay? You can't even tell that I got a watch on. That thing is jet black. When somebody sees the watch on me, they're going to say, man, who the hell is this goddamn who the hell is this assassin next to me? Who's this assassin? This guy, what kind of watch is that? That shit looks like it's coming out of the special forces. What is that? If I wear a Rolex, when I'm riding on a motorcycle, you son of a god. That is a no-no. That's almost like telling a Mr. Dunlop, okay, over there in the aisles of the Man TT, hey man, here's a Rolex, you're going to wear it? He's going to get the Rolex and he's going to just fling it. Okay? You got to know the moment you're wearing a certain watch. So now that I say that, the same thing goes with fragrances. When I wake up, if I'm feeling groggy, I have to make sure to wear a certain fragrance that goes along with my personality at the time. You're probably thinking, what am I, bipolar? Look, man, everybody wakes up on either left side or the right side. Sometimes it's the right side or the left side. But when I wake up on the left side, it's a bad day. And sometimes I wear the most potent stuff possible. I don't even have it here. I wear the most potent stuff possible to people. When I walk into the goddamn, everybody's gonna want to fear talking to me. Because it's so strong, it's so manly. Shoot, who's this guy? Don't want to talk to this guy. And then all of a sudden, hey, I just don't even acknowledge. Oh, but he's wearing that fragrance. That smells like... that smells like manly man. It smells like a manly man. Know what fragrances you're wearing on the certain occasion. So I'm going to tell you this. With the fragrances, the same thing goes. It doesn't matter what kind of influencer's telling you to wear this fragrance. You're going to get women. Who cares? Who cares what kind of goddamn women are going to be looking at you when you're wearing a fragrance? Who goddamn cares? At the end of the day, when you're wearing a fragrance, your personality is all that matters, okay? You could be wearing the best fragrance in the world, and nobody will notice you. Why will nobody notice you? Because you got goddamn no personality. No personality. Nobody wants to talk to you. You could smell like the best smelling son of a gun in the room. If you have no personality, no fragrance in the world matters. Also, I'm going to say, if you're not attractive, another thing too. Just remember, there's women that love unattractive men. But you have to understand, most of the unattractive men that these women like are very much their personality game. Their personality is up there. Okay, they have a status. Again, what I say status at the beginning of the show. Status, they have a status. If they see you with a nice watch, you're fugly, you're wearing a good fragrance, they don't care. They know that you got status. Sometimes status does make a difference, but I'm going to tell you, for me, I'm not looking for men. So for me, I don't give a damn what you guys do. For me, I actually prefer women not to look at me because it's too much attention grabbing at times. And to me, it actually bothers me that sometimes women have to look at my goddamn pants. I mean, you got to be like, what year were you in? I thought we were in the year of everything's harassment. I thought we were in the year that everything was harassment. Like, come on, man. Don't look at my pants. Come on, man. I know there's a balls. Come on, man. I don't want attention sometimes. And sometimes I do wear fragrances that some of you can't afford. That's cool. If you can't afford a $300, this is not a $300, but the point of the matter is I'm just showing this for the meantime. If you can't wear a $300 fragrance and be able to spray it on your skin, knowing in fact that the personality you have at the moment when you wake up, $300 fragrance, is it going to help you out? Most of the time it will. It will, okay? I don't know what it is. It's like having, mind you, let me refrain by saying that I was about to say something crazy. Let me suck this up, man. This is supposed to be ASMR's whiskey sipping. Oh man, that's good. Oh, by the way, by the time we were just look at this. We were officially, here we go. Let me show you this. We were just talking just now. We're just talking. Bitcoin officially, right now, currently, while we're talking, it's hitting 63,585 dollars. It's going close to 64,000, and it's about to spring back up. When it springs back up to 70,000, we might hit all-time highs on the stream officially. It could happen on this stream. If it happens on this stream, it's going to be the most epic stream ever. If it hits 70,000 on this stream, it's going to be the most epic stream I've ever had in my whole life. This is something that's going to be recorded. I think that would be amazing if it happens. But you know what? We have the Bitcoin chart there. You see the Bitcoin chart. Let me tell you more, okay? Let me tell you more. Fragrances. Boom, boom, boom. Fragrances, okay? Gentlemen. If you got no money for anything, a fragrance can make you feel amazing. And you're probably saying that's impossible. Okay, that's cool. You think what you think. But till you try a fragrance like Zaharoff or maybe another fragrance that's fantastic, you won't know, will you? You'll never know, will you? The point of the matter is, fragrances and perfumes make you feel a certain way. I was just speaking about how every day I wear a fragrance because I just have to wear one. Something about me is just it gives me a good vibe everywhere I walk, everywhere I roam. I'm also going to tell you, you have to know what fragrances to wear for your occasions. It's summertime here, basically here in Miami, Florida. So for some of you to understand, I cannot wear some of the fragrances that I was wearing before, maybe weeks ago. I can't wear them anymore. It's getting really, really hot. So there's fragrances out here that I'm not going to be able to wear anymore. So officially, know the difference between summertime fragrances and winter time fragrances. When it comes to these fragrances, these are summertime fragrances. I enjoy wearing these, and I'm going to tell you exactly why it's bad to wear a fragrance like this, maybe in a different time. If you wear this in winter time, it's going to be so harsh on your nose and on you're going to get migraines. If you wear a summertime fragrance, sometimes, not all the times, but sometimes in winter time, it's not going to be a good thing. I remember one time, I think it was like a couple years ago, I had to go to the emergency room. Something happened, and when I went over there, I was wearing a citrus fragrance that I couldn't stand the smell because the AC in the hospital was blazing. It was almost like 50-something degrees. I couldn't believe it, but it was sparking off of my skin, and I completely forgot that one thing. There's a tip that every person should always give somebody. When you wear a fragrance, know when you're going to wear it. Because you can affect the whole hour. You can affect the whole day wearing it. So, here we go. When it comes to a collection, when it comes to a fragrance collection, understand what kind of fragrances goes with your personality. Okay, somebody out here, I don't know who was online. Somebody had commented in one of the videos, I believe, about this today. Because somebody posted this up today. I think it was one of the bigger women fragrance channels. And officially, one of the comments is that this is for a younger guy. For a younger guy. Now, listen to this, okay? It doesn't matter how old you are. Understand, as people get older, they have different preferences. And at the end of the day, you have to understand, when it comes to fragrances like this, there's different type of fragrances. There's the toilette. Okay, there's a perfume. And there's the parfum is the strongest one. This one in the middle. This is eau de parfum. So this one has a little bit of a different kind of smell compared to the other ones. Now I'm confusing all of you. You guys are confused. You guys are trying to figure out what the hell I'm talking about. The point of the matter is, companies release different formulations on a certain type of fragrance that they put out there. Just to give you a little bit of a reference. Okay, so this one over here is the only one currently that I feel will be amazing for summertime. And it doesn't matter to me that people say for a younger guy, it doesn't matter. What matters is the personality that goes behind whoever wears a certain fragrance. If you were to ask me, do I like Givenchy? I don't like Givenchy. There's a reason why I don't like it, and I don't want to say it. I don't like Givenchy because of one reason and one reason only. And I'll never have a Givenchy fragrance. And I know how they all smell like. I'll never have a Givenchy fragrance in my collection. Never. But understand, this is my collection. Your collection should be different. Again, I'm going to go back to that time that I told you about the watches. Understand, you make your own collection. If you like garbage, well, you like garbage. This is what it is. I can't tell you otherwise. It's your personality is what you like. Just because a YouTuber on here tells you that this is a younger man's fragrance, that doesn't mean anything. It is their subjective opinion on a fragrance. At the end of the day, if a lot of them say this is a younger guy's fragrance, okay, cool. Then maybe you might have to rethink it and say, wait a minute, there's a group saying this is, so try it out. Take it out, smell it. Don't spray it on a piece of paper. Do not spray this on a piece of paper. Any fragrance, don't spray it. It's a waste of goddamn time. Do not. I'm going to repeat myself again. When you go to stores trying to figure out if this is a fragrance for you, do not spray it on a piece of paper. Your skin chemistry is going to be different than my skin chemistry. Everybody's skin chemistry is different. If you have darker skin, if you have lighter skin, if you have maybe a high metabolism, if you have a slow metabolism, it doesn't matter. You all have a different type of chemistry on your skin. So when it comes to these fragrances, I'm going to tell you this. You have to try that out on the skin. Now you're probably asking, how am I going to do that? Like, they don't let me. If they don't let you do it, then just buy the goddamn thing. What do you got to lose? You could return it, I believe. You can return it, I believe. If I was to buy this, which I got this on my birthday recently. If I didn't like it, which I know, in fact, that I like this, I just didn't want to buy it. I have so many fragrances. I know, in fact, it works on my skin, and it's perfect for my skin to last long. But if I didn't like it, I could always return it. So the difference between this and maybe a watch, you can't return a watch. If you buy a Rolex or if you buy any kind of watch, you can't officially return a watch. There's almost no, there is a way. There's a way to return a watch, but nobody does that. It just doesn't happen. If you buy a watch, it's yours almost till you sell it. If you buy a cryptocurrency, like you see there, it is yours the moment you press the button buy. Okay, when you buy cryptocurrency like a Bitcoin, you see Bitcoin over here, it's starting to take off. You're looking at 63,748. It's starting to take off, and that's amazing, fantastic. If we see a jump, that we'll see live. Point of the matter is, you can't return a watch. You can't return a stock. You can't return a crypto. If you return a crypto, there's no returning. You got to press the sell button. If you have a stock, you cannot return a stock. The only way you return it is if you press the sell button. And if you sell it, you might make money or you might lose money. That's the only way to return it. So when it comes to fragrances, the best thing I can tell you about fragrances, you all have the option to start your own collection of fragrances. If it's a bad collection, that's cool. Not my collection, it's your collection. If you buy a whole collection of fragrances that will change your aura, your vibe, you have to pick them out slowly. Do not decide, oh man, I'm going to overnight this. Reaper just told me, if I get a fragrance, I'm going to feel amazing throughout the week. You're probably going to feel amazing. But the point of the matter is, you have to pick the fragrances that you want. If you like bad fragrances, and you really, really like bad fragrances, go on, man. If you want to get Dracar Noir, go buy it. I mean, nobody's stopping you. If you're trying to buy Old Spice, shoot, ain't nobody stopping you out here. Go buy yourself an Old Spice fragrance. You ain't nobody. If you want a Nautica, what is it, Nautica Voyage? I don't even have that. I'll tell you what. It's a waste of my money if I was to buy any of those. But that's your preference. It's not really mine. I can only lead you to a hobby because I think the hobby is pretty goddamn cool. And at the end of the day, Bitcoin's going to the goddamn moon. Shoot! 64,000 almost. Listen to that. Listen. 64,000. That was, what is that? 2,000 in a couple minutes. How many minutes? 2,060 minutes. Going back up. Oh my goodness. Jesus Christ. It's insane. Look, I'm going to say this. I haven't got a super chat on the stream. Does it mean I haven't got a super chat on the stream? Does it mean I'm doing a bad job on here? Is that what it means? If I haven't got a super chat on this stream, does it mean officially that I'm doing a horrible job on this stream? Most of the time, it doesn't mean that. What it means is, son of a gun reaper, you know everybody's working. Why are you doing an afternoon show? I'm doing an afternoon show because I know people will watch this. And sometimes people don't want to hear their boss. They don't want to hear their boss. So they walk out of their boss and say, you know what? I'm just going to tune on YouTube. They open the YouTube and they go, wait a minute. I'm just going to go to the car. They go to the car. Wait a minute. Reaper's live. Let me just watch him. Let me see what he has to say. And then boom. All of a sudden, oh man, fragrances. I don't have fragrances. Shit. I got 30-minute time break. Let me go to the mall. All of a sudden, you, maybe not you, but maybe you decide to go to the mall. Now you go to the mall. No, there's a lady in the mall. And she's telling you, hey, you should try this. Here, come over here. Don't move. Come over here. Trying to spray your ass. You say, no. But I want to see fragrances. And the first thing she's going to sell you on is maybe whatever it is that currently they're making a lot of money commission on. Don't trust these scammers. Don't trust these scammers out there, okay? Because they're going to try to put on a fragrance on you that you're probably not going to like. They're going to probably tell you, hey, this is the one. Givenchy, this is the one for you. And when they sell that Givenchy, they're probably going to get maybe 30% of the sale. If they were to sell you a Dior, they're probably only going to get maybe 10%. There's certain fragrances that they might get a little bit more commission, so they have to push it on you, even though it smells horrible on you. You smell like complete mothballs and an old man when you're only 40-something years old. You're 45 years old. Here you go. I got some, let me show you some, what is this one? 1 million. Everybody loves a 1 million fragrance. Here you go. Here, open up your shirt. All of a sudden, you're smelling it, and most of the fragrances should smell good. Commercial fragrances. So you're going to say, smells pretty good. Okay. And then she's going to say, oh, by the way, if you buy now, I'm going to give you some extra samples. Is that cool? Now you're going to be invested. You're going to be, oh, okay. And then all of a sudden, you're dropping $150. I don't know how, but you're dropping $150. You get back home. And as soon as you're trying to spray on the fragrance on yourself, okay, you're starting to spray the fragrance on yourself, you kind of notice, you're like, this one smells like shit. This one smells horrible. What the hell did I do? My man, what you did was, it's called, what's the word? Window shopping, okay? It's called window shopping, buyer's remorse. You get home and you spray it on, and you don't like it anymore. But at the mall, you actually liked it. You actually liked spraying on the fragrance. It smelled amazing. The vibe was good. She was making you feel amazing. There was a gay dude that came out around the corner and said, "Oh, you know, everybody's making you feel amazing. Even the boss come out. Oh man, you smell good." Everybody's gonna make you feel amazing. At the end of the day, people need to sell stuff. So look, okay, my recommendation, do not, okay, let me repeat myself one more time. Do not go to buy your next new car with a fancy watch. Do not go wearing a Rolex or Patek Philippe, whatever it is. I can tell you, do not wear high-end watches to buy anything. If my advice to some of you that want to go somewhere, I would tell you, open your laptop, research what you like. If one thing I can tell you, everything starts from home. Everything starts from within. If you have intuition to go on to a hobby and buy, do your thing, man. Do your thing, but do some research. before you drop money on a watch. Do some research before you drop money on a fragrance. It doesn't matter what fragrance. This could be the best fragrance in the world. Doesn't mean it's going to be the best for you. Doesn't mean it's the best for you. When it comes to whiskey, I tell you, hey, I'm going to tell you, forget about all that I say. When it comes to whiskey, you better stay tuned to what I say, because I give you the number one opinion. So forget about all of the watch and the fragrance. Now, when it comes to whiskey, if I tell you whiskey is good, you best believe it's good. If I tell you it's bad, you best believe it's bad. But I'm not talking about whiskey right now. I'm talking about other things. Now, also, I will tell you, I did tell many of you that Bitcoin was going to go close to 70,000. I told you this when it was at 50-something thousand dollars. Okay, you see Bitcoin over here. I told you when it was at 50-something. I told you when it was 20-something. I told you when it was 30-something thousand. This is the moment that some of you are gonna enjoy, because this is money talk. Okay, this is the money. Should I change a little bit of the? Should I change the vibe a little? I think I should. Let's change the vibe just a little bit. Look, okay. Some of you want the honest truth and all the truth. Okay, I'm gonna give it to you now. For some of you, you see me talking about Bitcoin. I can't throw Bitcoin on you. I can't tell you start doing your portfolio with Bitcoin. That is something that is very, very highly volatile. You're probably asking what the hell volatile is. Well, there's gonna be a moment. I'm going to give you a good example. You can buy Bitcoin at $63,000. It can completely shoot down to 30-something thousand in maybe a span of 2 months. Okay, a span of 2 months, it could go down 50%. And you're probably asking, so how is that good? Well, it's amazing. As a matter of fact, that's amazing. It's just amazing. It's amazing. Do you understand what I just said? 2 months. You could have Bitcoin for 2 months, and it could go down 50%. You just only thought about the negative. You didn't think about the positive in that. Now, I did say negative, okay? Negative 50%. That means you buy right now for $63,000. This is no financial advice. Before I even tell you anything more, let me sip on this. This is supposed to be ASMR whiskey sipping, and I'm out here spitting some money on you. That's good, man. Oh, man, that's good. Oh, wow. I got to make myself another one. That's nice. Look at this. Now, for all of you, what do they call them now? They call them high sophisticated men. Get yourself a nice glass. Point of the matter is, I just said the negative part of that. But you don't see the positive part of that. Now, if I was to tell you, when you bounce a basketball, it's supposed to 100% bounce back up, you would believe me. Understand? You will believe me. The moment I tell you, if you go out to a basketball court and you bounce a basketball, the basketball will officially always bounce back up. All of you believe me. Now I'm talking about an inflated ball. Let's get technical. An inflated ball with air, a basketball. If you go to a basketball court currently right now, you can bounce the basketball and it will officially always, all the time. It doesn't matter what kind of ball you're using, it will always bounce up. So the negative I just told you on Bitcoin is it can go down 50%. But it can go back up way, way harder, okay? You don't think of all the positive things. You only think of the negative things most of the time when you're investing into the stock market or you're even investing in crypto. I'm also say, big disclaimer, crypto is not a security. Understand what a security is. A security is any stock in the stock market. So again, let me repeat myself. Repeat after me. Bitcoin is an asset. It's almost the same thing as owning a very expensive watch. The people that buy watches, I don't know how they haven't noticed that Bitcoin is actually a better investment than having a watch. But at the end of the day, it is a hobby. It is a hobby to have watches, to have a wristwatch. It is a hobby. Again, I'm going to repeat myself over again. A hobby is your own personal taste to something that makes it just amazing and you enjoy it. So if you have a horrible wristwatch collection, it is your wristwatch collection, and that's it. It's just what it is. If you have gold, I have showed you gold before. I'm not going to show you here. You can go rewatch one of those streams because this is all about you. I have told many of you to try your best to figure out some way to put this in your portfolio. I have told you many times. You're asking me why it is. I always tell you, because I have the vision. You don't have the vision. Most of you are working full time. The only vision most of you have, that are watching is the hope and fact that there's somebody out there on YouTube that tells you everything you need to do. Because you do not have time to research, you don't have time to look what fragrance is good, and you don't have time to buy the watch that you want because you just don't have time. So you have to go on YouTube and you have to see other people buy it. Some of you don't have the time, but it's so simple. If you think about it this way, listen to me here. And this is going to be a very monumental moment for all of you and on this channel, because this might be the most memorable thing that I can tell you on here. In the future, if you think that everything stays the same, it does not stay the same. If many of you remember the early 2000s, it wasn't the same. We didn't have the TVs that we have now. The early 2000s, we didn't have the cars that we have now. Do you remember Tesla back in the early 2000s? I don't remember Tesla, okay? I remember a company called Fisker, I believe it was. And that is a company that I would never recommend you. I think what they're doing over there is complete scam. But that's a different story. Tesla is the real deal, and it's currently the only company that is making a large amount of electric vehicles. And you hear me, you understand? Electric vehicles, yes. We're currently in 2024. If you think, in fact, that we're going to have our combustion engines for the future in 20, 30 years, if you think we're going to stay with these cars, that's almost impossible. If you haven't seen how life works over time, life works to the point that some of you don't see it till it happens. Some of you, time flies so fast that you don't notice anything. And I will also say, you're probably asking, you're talking too fast, my man. Tell me slowly. Let me tell you slowly. When the human race starts evolving and we start getting better in technology, we won't notice it. Do you guys remember the time when we all had we all had razors, we had flip phones? Those times were past. But those times that we all had flip phones to call on the phone, those times were just so good at the time. We thought those are the times were so simple, we thought. We thought it couldn't get simpler. But it did. Eventually, Apple released a product that we have here. They released a computer that we could all have in our hands. And this computer was the iPhone. The iPhone was released so quickly that some of you basically said, oh man, I have to buy this. And mind you, when you first bought the first iPhone, by the time you enjoyed the iPhone, the first ever iPhone, the third iPhone was already coming out. Time flies, and you do not even notice it. When I tell you that back in the 90s, many of us didn't have any flat screens at all. None of us had any flat screens. Computers were as thick as maybe a car door, okay? Maybe a car trunk door. The computers in the 90s were so fat that I remember moving one of the monitors back in the 90s, and that thing, I felt like if it was a bomb. That thing was so big. I could have done some weights back in the 90s with just a monitor. Nowadays, the monitors and the computers are so thin that all you have to do is pick it up with your 2 fingers, and that's it. You move it to the other, maybe the other house you have. Point of the matter is, time is flying by way too fast, and you guys are not understanding that technology in the future is going to be what it is. I have told many of you many times before. The future is going to be very much AI. Everything currently right now that it's basically correlated to AI technology, all of the stocks in the stock market that are correlated to AI are completely increasing beyond what any of the hedge fund managers might think would have gone. For all of you that do not know, there's analysts, stock market analysts. There's a bunch of them, and most of the time they have an idea of where a certain stock is going to go to a certain target. And this isn't a stock. Okay, we're talking about the stock market. I have the Bitcoin price on here. Don't even think that is not that. This is digital. This is going to be the digital future. Okay, this is going to be the digital future that I have on the screen. The point is, in the future, if you think you're going to have an electric car, most likely you will have an electric car. If you think in the future your phone is going to be smarter than you, well, currently it is. Okay, if you think in the future that we're all going to have some type of digital currency, you best believe that's going to happen in the future. There's going to be a way, and it's going to be an overnight type of a thing. Last time I remember something was overnight. Let me just say this. There's a reason why I put the Michael Jackson album, I put the Michael Jackson song on here. There's a reason why. Now you're probably asking, man, do you think of all these things? No, I don't think of all. At the moment when I start a stream, I try to do anything that's correlated to the stream. You're probably asking, okay, so where does the Michael Jackson correlate to the subject you're talking about? Well, the Michael Jackson album got released. That song is fantastic. That album got released overnight. Okay, overnight. The moment that album got released, a lot of people went out to get it. Everybody around the world wanted that album. Everybody wanted that album. If you don't see history being made over and over again, well, that's a clear sign of you not understanding how the world works. Every couple decades, something happens the same as the last couple decades. And everybody bought that Michael Jackson CD. Everybody. It was a huge thing happening. The whole world wanted that Michael Jackson CD, the album. Everybody had it. All the news stations were saying that it was getting sold out. It was the most popular CD record that was coming out. Everybody bought it overnight. So how does that correlate to Bitcoin? Well, in fact, it does. If you don't think that there was a time in our lives that we all started using the Visa cards, there was a time that happened. If you don't remember the times that we all found and figured out how to use the internet to transfer money, that happened overnight. Everybody realized how to use PayPal. Everybody realized that you can buy stuff online on eBay. That was the new future. Everybody was buying stuff on eBay. That was the first ever thing. The future. We're still in that little bubble of technology, but we haven't hit it so hard to the point that overnight it might happen anytime. It could happen any moment. The point of the matter is, more and more people are finding out about Bitcoin. And at the end of the day, I want to make sure you guys know. I understand this is a whiskey channel. It's cool, man. It's cool. I understand. I completely understand. But there has to be a point in time that somebody has to tell you that this is going to be the future. What you see here is officially going to be the future. And if you want to deny it, so be it. You can deny it all you want to. You can deny it all you want to. Every day you go to sleep, you're going to deny it. You're going to deny it. Till the moment that you see this price of Bitcoin to be almost $500,000, $250,000. If anybody doesn't know, it can happen anytime. It can happen anytime. All it takes is for a company to officially say that they fired all of their employees. And they're replacing them with robots. They're replacing them with AI systems. The moment you start seeing that, you start accepting it. Now you're going to have to start accepting the rest. If I can tell you one thing, we all have a hobby. And most of the time, in our hobbies that we have, like whiskeys, like fragrances, like wristwatches, maybe even you collect Ferraris. If you collect Ferraris, that's cool. There's Ferraris that are as good as other ones. There's luxury items that aren't as good as other ones. Okay, we have to understand. I have to make you understand. Also, this is a disclaimer, big disclaimer. There's no financial advice. But there will be other cryptocurrencies that are not going to be as good as Bitcoin. They're not going to be as good as Bitcoin. So I want maybe for you guys, if you ever do get into that, research it. Research it. Don't believe everybody. But if you do have ever time that you want to buy anything that has to do with crypto, just remember, when it goes down, those are the times that you should buy. When it officially has horrible news to the point that the cryptocurrency that you're trying to buy just goes plummeting all the way down to the goddamn floor. When Bitcoin all of a sudden goes back to 40-something thousand, those will be the times that you should officially say, you know what, it's time for me to finally put a fraction of my money. I'm not going to say all of it, but you can put a fraction of your money into it. Now, I'm going to tell you, Bitcoin is not a company. It's literally digital gold, okay? And now that everybody knows basically what it is, you don't think more people are going to know about it? There's going to be a lot of people that are going to know about it. A ton of people. Anyways, you know what? I'm going to do this. I'm just going to relax over here for a little bit. Shoot! That was a powerful thing that I said. Holy heaven, that was powerful. That was real powerful. I have to give a huge shout out to anybody in the chat room. If you're in the chat room, a huge shout out to you if you're in the chat room. Okay, you guys are watching, and I appreciate you all the time. All the time that you're watching, especially on days like this. This is the afternoon. Oh, if you're asking me why I stream, this is the time that I have off. Have a little bit of time off here. Let me sip on this. Some of you are asking, hey, what is the point of you going afternoon shows and doing no whiskey talk? I did whiskey. I did some good whiskey talk. Some of you also, I've been getting comments. Some of the comments I get, I can't wait for the next show. Then I get some comments on YouTube. What is the comment? I think somebody commented recently. What was it? Bitcoin is trash. Okay, cool. I mean, that's not my problem. That's not my problem. I can only tell somebody so much. Let me light this up. Oh, wow. Man, those citrus notes on this cocktail are just, they're beaming. Amazing. Anyways, let me show you a little bit closer. I want to show you a little bit closer on this because I do know that many of you have no idea what the hell I'm talking about. And it's cool. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you learn over time. If you see something over time, you're going to get to understand what it is. So here we go. Let me just show you this, okay? So this over here, I made this line a long time ago. You saw me make it in front of you guys. And if you're looking at it now, here we go, okay? You're looking at it now. That line was the line that officially bounced off. And if you see here, that was about close to... I put the line a long time ago. You guys saw me put the line. I put it about maybe last week. And officially it hit the line and officially bounced off of it. Now, if you understand where I get at, there's a certain wall. When it comes to that line, the blue line that you see here, okay, that blue line, officially, it will be the hardest thing for Bitcoin to ever cross. The moment it crosses it, we're going to be in another kind of, it's going to be another type of world, okay? I feel that once we cross that one, a lot of people are going to open up their eyes and they're going to say, wow. Time out. The future is really here. And you're probably asking, how low can it go? Well, I did draw another line over here a long time ago. I think it was a couple weeks ago. And you see how it tells you officially, this is complete. If you know what geometry is, come on now. You all know what it is. So officially, if this was to go the lowest possible route for this to go Bitcoin, say in this month, okay, say something happens this month, the lowest it can actually go would be 43,000. That would be the lowest. So my option for some of you, if you don't want, I mean, this is, I don't want anybody to buy this. As a matter of fact, I don't want none of you to buy this. But I will tell you, this is the line that I've had for a couple weeks now. And I'm going to show you how close, look at this. If you see it over here, it bounced off here. Look at that. You see the line? Okay, it bounced off that line, and that's official line that I made like 2 weeks ago. So if I could say how accurate my line is, well, it's not as accurate as maybe another line that I did a long time ago. I think it was another line that I did. But the point of the matter is, hey, I used to day trade, and it's fun to know these charts. So for all of you, hey, look, I don't want to show you this too much and get you too invested in this. But I just want to show you what I was talking about on this stream. For all of you that do not know, I love money. I love the fact that I can show you only the best. And also, when it comes to, somebody says, JP says, swing trading is amazing. But the problem with Bitcoin is, if you're swing trading Bitcoin, you can be caught up in your emotions. So swing trading, personally, JP, I would think for you, if you want to do swing trading, you should do that in the stock market. The stock market is one that you should be okay with doing a swing trading. For all of you that do not know what a swing trade is, you buy now and you hope that in the future, by the end of the week, or maybe tomorrow, or maybe next week, you're going to sell it at a little bit of a profit. And for all of you, it's good to do that. But day trading is another thing that I don't recommend any of you to do it. If you have a job and you're fine with your job, stick to your job. Open a portfolio. Open up a couple stocks that you like, that you think will go hard in the future. Those are only your opinions. Okay, whatever you think. If you think Walmart in the future is going to be one of the main leaders in AI technology, maybe they're going to be the first company that completely, not have any employees in there. If you think Walmart's going to be it, invest in it. If you think Amazon is going to officially make stores around the world like Walmart to compete with Walmart and have AI technology in the stores, invest in Amazon. If you think that there's anything in the future that's going to be correlated to a stock, I'm going to tell you, buy it now. Because we're living in 2024, and the future's not going to be the same. Do you guys remember back in the days that all of us had music on our radio station that was just good? I think all of us remember. We all had Madonna, we had Gloria Stefan, we had, good artists out there on the radio. Where did they go? What happened to that music? What happened to them? Let me tell you what happened, okay? The human race evolves over time. There's certain things that just they're not worthy anyway. It's just what it is. If you remember back in the days, Most of the cars used to be made of steel, okay? Made of steel. You can crash into another car and it won't. The only thing you'll see is, okay, the cars back in the days, they were made so well that you wouldn't see a bunch of parts. If there was a crash, you wouldn't see a bunch of parts everywhere. You'd see the dent on the car, maybe it flipped over, but you wouldn't see a whole bunch of parts all over the place when there's a crash. Back in the days. Nowadays, all the cars are made of, basically, it's almost like you're driving around in plastic, okay? You're basically driving around the plastic. So when you see a car accident, you'll see a bunch of parts all over the place. And it's not because the companies, they don't want to stick to steel. It's that over time, the prices start going up in certain things. Steel starts, silver starts going up, gold starts going, steel starts going up, cobalt starts going up in price. Nothing will stay the same. It's just how it is. If our economy just is flourishing, if it's flourishing, if you think in a good economy that flourishes, stays the same, you're completely wrong. You're just wrong. There's no way. Okay, did I say company? I said a country. I think a country. I think that's what I meant to say. Sometimes I forget what I'm saying. If a country is completely just blasting off, okay? It's just an amazing country. It's just, everything's just amazing. Everything's gonna start to go up. Now people say it's inflation and everything. That's cool. That's cool. But it's just the point of the matter is, to build a product, okay, like a computer, you need gold, okay? You need certain pieces that don't cost the same like they used to cost, because the technology is different. All of that, you have to put it into the product, and officially the product will cost a little bit more money than what it is. I don't even know why I'm giving you guys all of these details, but I do know that there has to be a way to convince some of you to understand that the future is probably going to be, okay, maybe, I say this right now. Maybe there's going to be a company in the future that when it comes to whiskey, they can age the whiskey a lot faster. There could be a company in the future that can do that. If they do that, they'll be revolutionary. I'm going to tell you, if anything, if you put a whiskey barrel in a certain machine, and it ages 20-something years in a span of 5 years, that would break so many different, oh man, that would be insane. And it could happen in the future. You know how much technology we can use? There's so many. When it comes to fragrances too, in the future, we could have a company that officially, okay, makes the best fragrance with the technology that's online. If people online have a database, which I think there is an AI type of a database online, but let's just say like a quantum. Now you guys are probably like, Jesus, what the hell is this guy smoking? What is this guy smoking right now? You know what? I gotta change this. We're going too hard, man. We're going too hard. Some of you are not gonna understand anything I'm saying. Going too hard. Shoot. I don't even want to remember what I was about to say. Somebody might just do it. Somebody might just do it. Just not even give you the... Oh, man. By the way, anybody in the chat room, at this point, I cannot see you. The screen is completely just blinded. Can't see many. But I do know that today I haven't got a super chat on here. This is the afternoon. I get it. Nighttime streams are the main streams, mainly. But I don't think I'm going to do a nighttime stream. We'll see. If I do a whiskey stream for all of you guys. But I think I dropped a link in here. The link is for anybody that has a wrench. Anybody that's ever jumped on the show, you're welcome to hop on all you want to onto this show and talk. You're welcome to hop on. I want to make myself another drink. One more drink on here. Let me see if I do that. For the meantime, I'm going to keep this on the screen for all of you, yeah? Made myself another cocktail. Look at how beautiful this cocktail is, how beautiful it is. Let me take a sip out of this. This is Sazerac Rye with a little bit of limited edition lemonade. Let me try this out. It's fantastic. Something I thought was really cool. So I started thinking of things to invest in. And one of the things that I think might be something that might come in the future, Chipotle would be the only company that can currently do what I think that can happen. I think Chipotle, yes, Chipotle. I think Chipotle in the future has the ability to eliminate all of their employees. Now you're probably asking, how can they do that when somebody has to cook? That's cool. If I was a CEO of Chipotle, what I would do officially would be I would officially find out a schedule for employees that could come in early to cut up, put up, and do all the food preparing that they need to do. Put it into a machine and allow the AI technology that I have in my company, in whatever restaurant I have, whatever Chipotle spots that I have, whatever machine that I have in there, do the work, and I won't have to pay any employee. I would just have to pay them a certain amount of money for them to come into work and to cut up maybe, cut up guacamole, cut up some cheese, cut up some chicken, and do all the things that they needed to do and put it in a machine. And the machine itself serve all the customers. If there ever came a time that happened, I'm going to say we would be already in the future, and I don't think we would be using any of personal paper that we have, like dollar bills. I think dollar bills would be non-existent at that point, I think. But yeah, if there was one company out there, restaurant company, I think Chipotle has the funds to actually do that. Now, I'm also going to tell you, we're talking about the Bitcoin hitting all-time highs. That's cool. That's cool, but think about it this way. Amazon has officially invested in AI technology. Also, Mark Zuckerberg, he is investing heavily in AI because all of these AI systems that they're going to have in the future, machines, robotics, all of that will help out their own pockets. And if you don't understand how that works, well, it's simple as that. It's simple as how I told you. If you subtract the employees that you have working around the world in your company, you will save so much money by just replacing it with robots. Now, it doesn't have to be robots. It could be maybe an AI system that maybe just puts out the orders and everything. I don't know how that would work. But quantum computers are going to be one of the biggest things, which it's huge right now. If you don't know, when it comes to sports betting, there's a supercomputer. Okay, there's a supercomputer that allows all the betting to happen, and they do the most precise. Okay, that quantum computer, that supercomputer, makes all the betting perfect for the sports bets. So for all of you that watch sports, football, hockey, you watch baseball, all of those numbers and everything come out of a supercomputer. And that's only a half of what that thing can do. Why am I telling you guys all of this on the stream, an afternoon stream, that I'm not getting super chats, that all of you are working? Why am I telling you all of this? Well, I'm telling you all of this because my birthday just passed, and I have to remember that I am pretty goddamn smart. You guys might think I'm an animal. I'm a goddamn savage man sometimes. But I do tend to predict a lot of things, and to me, I feel that it's good to my advantage, and also for you to believe. I don't get any. If you invest in Bitcoin in the future, that is your own financial, opinion on it. If you do or don't, I don't push it on you. As a matter of fact, I don't want you to buy it. I do not want you to buy it. But the point of the matter is, I like to share things on this channel that I have deep inside. If I show you fragrances, if I show you whiskeys, if I show you food, if I show you anything on this channel, it's either entertainment or it's true. And so for all of you watching, hey, I think we have expanded our complete. I think we have expanded our day out here. We have officially. I think we've done a good stream on here for all of you. And I think for some of you that haven't tuned in at all of any of these shows, let me tell you this, okay? I'm a pretty goddamn serious man. Let me tell you that. I'm a pretty serious man. But sometimes you have to remember, man, you gotta smile. You gotta smile, man. You gotta smile. You gotta be you. And ladies, I'm going to tell you, I haven't forgot any of you ladies. I do know that this stream has been mentally for most of the men. Okay, this has been mentally for most of the men. There's some men out here that are as confident. And I do know if you have never invested in anything, especially a fragrance, if you've never bought a fragrance before, this might be your day that you might want to buy a fragrance. Now, I'm not going to tell you to buy this one. I will tell you, this one's fabulous. Versace Eau de Parfum. It's fantastic. Try it on your skin. See how long it lasts. My opinion to you, do not spray them under your nose. If you spray them under your nose, you're going to be blinded. After the first hour, you won't know that it's on you. And that's called factory. What is it called, man? You just get blind with the nose completely. You just can't smell what you have on. It's not called factory fatigue. No, it's not. It's called what is the word called? Jesus. Let me think of that. What was the word called? By the way, let me see the Bitcoin price. 63,210. What is factory fatigue? Nah. That's not the name. What is the name? Point of the matter is, any fragrance that you wear, put in the mall, put it in the back of your neck. Put it in the back of the neck. Make sure it's not under your nose. If you put it in your skin, put it in your wrists. If you put it in your wrists, you can smell it easily so that you can smell it over time. That's my recommendation for fragrances. When it comes to watches, know what kind of personality you have. Okay, I love dark watches, okay? I love dark watches. So most of my collection is either, I have a couple gold and I have a couple dark ones. I think if anything, I have one that has a blue band. I have another one. I have a couple that have leather. But I'm going to tell you, when it comes to watches, know your own personality. Because you son of a gun, if you wearing black all the time, how are you going to buy a white watch? Come on, man. If you officially don't work in an office, you shouldn't be. If you don't work in an office, you shouldn't be wearing a white. You shouldn't be buying a white dial that's clean. A watch that you're supposed to use in the office. Wear something different. Buy something sporty, something sharp. You don't have to buy, a watch because your friend told you. Buy what you want. If you like Mickey Mouse, go buy a Mickey Mouse watch. If it makes you feel good, buy it. I know I'm going to be one of the guys saying, man, that shit is ugly. That's straight dookie. I will be one of the guys saying, man, take that off. Throw it in the lake. Send it back to Orlando, to Disney World. I'll probably be one of the guys, but you don't have to listen to me. That's your favorite thing. If you like Disney watches, buy it. Who's telling you otherwise? You understand? If you don't like Bitcoin, nobody's forcing you to buy it. But man, I don't know how. Look, if I show you guys Bitcoin enough, I mean, at the end of the day, man, let me sip on this. Let me sip on this before I go crazy. Look, do you want to be a peasant for your whole life? Do you want to feel like a peasant? I don't think so. You want to be eating ribeyes every day. You want to be having lobster. You want to be eating, okay, fresh, squeezed juice. And if you don't like fruits, well, if you don't like fruits, you might as well unsubscribe. If you've never eaten a fruit in your life, you might as well unsubscribe. But I'm just joking. The point of the matter is, you don't want to be a peasant for your whole life. You don't want to be working that 9 to 5 for your whole life. I know sometimes you have to. You have a kid. I get it, man. You have a kid. I understand. Man. You have a kid. You have to work the 9 to 5 all for your whole life. You have to. There's no way around it. But there's one thing that I can tell you that a lot of people have never done. When you work that 9 to 5, you haven't ever thought about putting money on the side. Money on the side to build your own portfolio. If you could have bought in the early times, you could have bought Amazon in the early times, the late 90s, the early 2000s. You could have been working and putting at least $100 onto Amazon on those days. That's a stock. Yeah, everybody knows what Amazon is. Everybody knows the company. You could have put every paycheck, you could have put $100 onto Amazon. Now, you could have put it onto Amazon thinking that Amazon in the future is going to be something that's going to compete with eBay and it's going to be huge. If you did that at the time, you must be a winner. You must be thinking like me. And hopefully you did, but I know most of you didn't. You had the opportunity. You have the opportunity now to do that with this. This is digital gold, okay? Digital gold. All you have to do is wait till the moment that this goes down. You have the chart here that I showed you. And for all of you that can't see the chart, I'm going to show you again, okay? You have the chart here that I showed you. Okay, the least possible thing that can happen, I'm telling you this. This is my own opinions and my own opinions only, because I know in fact that I have to use these opinions for my own portfolio. The lowest that this can go currently will be 44. Maybe you're looking at 46,000, okay? 46,000. If it ever goes beyond that, you're looking at you're looking at a crisis happening here in somewhere around the world, and now you better just be careful. Just back everything up. Back up the whole boat, back up everything. But this is my chart, and I've been showing you this from the get-go. And you know what? I love the fact that I show you this. Because on this channel, we do say, for everything we do on here, okay, Reaper Crew! Don't forget Reaper Crew, we're number one! We always say that on here. And for you, my man, I want you to be a winner. And for you to be a winner, you have to tune into this channel, man. All the whiskeys, everything. Don't be a peasant. We can't be peasants out here. No more peasantry. No more peasants out here. You know, I'm rich. That's what it is. I should start saying that from now on. But look, ladies and gentlemen, hey, we had an absolute amazing show. I think all of you did a hell of a job in the chat room. I understand main shows are at night. Whiskey Talk is at night, so you can tune in for those. The super chats usually come in those streams. On this show currently, I think I hit all the nails that I wanted to on here. If I was a carpenter, I tell you, if I was a carpenter and I hit all the nails that I had to in one job, I would get so many jobs. Everybody would want me to be that guy. Why am I telling you guys this on a stream that has nothing to do with has nothing to do with whiskeys? Well, in fact, because it's part of my lifestyle. And I want you all to understand, just because I drink whiskey and show you and review whiskeys doesn't mean it's all about whiskeys. I'm going to tell you, I drink whiskey almost every day. To me, whiskeys has antioxidants that help me out. Some of you believe that having pills and drinking vitamin pills is going to save, you're going to make it to 200 years old. That is not the case. To make it to 200 years old, like the aliens in the moon, like the aliens, all the people that in the future, I think, if anything, let me say this. if you want to live a long life, there's facts. I research these facts. To live a long life, you have to have less stress. Okay, the least stress possible in your life is the way to live a long life. Not only do you have to have the least stress, but you have to drink. You have to drink things that are just natural. You have to eat things that are natural. If you're living on Earth, which we all live on Earth, maybe we have an alien in the crowd. I have no idea. The point of the matter is, if you're living on Earth, all of the things that are around us we can eat. If you think that we can't eat grass, there's a lot of grass that you guys can eat. Okay, and we call it different things. There's things in the world like yucca. There's potatoes in the world that are purple that are just fantastic. There's tomatoes give you a lot of things. The superfood of all superfoods is steak. You eat some meat. All the nutritional factors on the meat are just they're gonna make you feel good. They're gonna make you feel empowered. They're gonna have all the nutritional value that you need in your life, and they're gonna make you smarter too. You won't be lacking in your daily routines. If you eat meat every day in a small quantity, you should be okay. For the people who eat just like a vegetarian type of food, that could be okay. But you have to add beans. You have to add certain things on there. I do know that one of the most healthy breads out there is sourdough bread. Sourdough bread is one of the best. If you want to live a long life, you have to eat sourdough bread. You're probably asking why sour. You have to research that, my man. You research that. I don't have time to be telling you. Sourdough bread, officially one of the best. Okay. If you want any type of bread, one of the best. Okay, you could put away your white bread. You could put away your grains, all of that. Yeah, I see over here. JP says Japanese purple sweet potatoes are fire. I'm gonna tell you, there was an island. It was an island in Japan, and in Japan, this island, there was a lot of people that were living to be 120 years old. Most of these people in that island of Japan, they drank. Okay, they drank. They drank every day. But the thing is, they not only did they drink, they ate really, really good. They ate tofu, they ate ginger in their diets. They ate roots, certain type of roots of plants that I can't even tell you. They ate seafood. They ate a lot of different type of fish. They ate meats, small portions of meats, but good amount of meats. And they ate that one thing called the purple sweet potato. That purple sweet potato is one of the hardest things you can buy currently right now. It is getting trend. It's starting to trend. But most of these people on that island, they live to be, most of them, average year is 100 plus. So I want to tell you, it starts with the food you eat. If you want to be a smart man, if you think you are a smart man, you have to eat right. Do not eat McDonald's. McDonald's, if you have to eat McDonald's, maybe eat it once every lifetime, once in a moon. If you're at work, you can't. Okay, get yourself a McDonald's. Okay, no big deal. One day's not gonna do anything. But if you constantly eat a lot of these amazing foods that all of us can probably get at the stores, if you put lime, if you put a lemon in your diet, if you put a little bit of citrus notes in your diet, also I'm gonna tell you, if you put real citrus in your whiskey, it's gonna help you out. Your circulation is gonna be better. It's gonna be good for your heart. It's going to be good for everything. If you ever have a thing called heart disease, okay, running in your family, and you drink whiskey, a small amount of whiskey most of the time, it's going to help you out. If you drink wine, they say wine is supposed to be one of the most, in Greece, okay? In Greece, they drink a lot of wine. In Greece. And one of the wines that they drink is the old school type of wine. Over there, what they do is they almost put the wine, it almost looks like if it's a funeral field, a bunch of cement little bricks, And inside those cement blocks, they have the wine in there. And inside there, the wine just stays and it ages perfectly. Something happens to the wine that it's good for them. And most of the people in Greece, they live a long time because they drink wine almost every day. I'm going to tell you this. There's a lot of people on YouTube that say, just because you drink whiskey, you're an alcoholic. And most of the time, they don't know the difference between drinking and drinking it small portions to drinking it and overdoing it. Alcoholism is real, but that's for people that have a little bit of a mental block. They don't know when to stop. And to me, for those people, I can tell you, you might find one of those people in this world eventually. They don't know how to stop. Sometimes for those people, you can't recommend them anything. If you recommend them, for example, if you recommend them maybe something that they turn into a hobby, they just go full on. How can I tell you this? If you eat right, you'll be a smart man, okay? That's what I have to say to that. If you eat right, you'll be a smart man or a woman. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, hey, we had an amazing show here. I hope you enjoyed this show. This is the afternoon show. It is currently 5:30 in the afternoon. Currently 5:30 p.m. in the afternoon. I'm trying to do streams every day for each and every one of you. Hard to get super chats in the afternoon, even when you spit the facts. People want to see whiskeys. It says a whiskey channel at the end of the day. It is a whiskey channel, so I mean, I gotta give it to all of you. I understand. It is a whiskey channel. I completely understand. But at the end of the day, my passion is to show you the only things that are number one on this channel. If I have to show you men's fashion every now and then, I will do that. But this is live stream. These aren't videos. This turns into a video after I press end, but you can watch my videos. I've been reviewing some whiskeys, and I think I can help you out, save you guys some money, $200, $300, $100, $150. If you want to save money, you have to tune into those videos that I post up. I'm going to start to post them up daily for each and every one of you. Daily. I could go the whole year posting up a whiskey a day. That's how many whiskeys I have. How many days are left of the year? What is it, 300 and some days? I could put up a whiskey every single day for the whole year. And eventually, YouTube will get the algorithm on those whiskey reviews. Currently, my algorithm stands mainly on anything that has to do with whiskey, cocktails, any whiskey hunting, bourbon hunting, maybe even whiskey talk. At times, I do get the algorithm there. But when it comes to whiskey reviews, most of the time, I don't have the algorithm on that one. So if we hit it on that one, that would be pretty cool. But at the end of the day, just consistent, good practice. Because listen to this, okay? I could be doing this every day. When I was first doing this, I told many of you I didn't know how to use the mic. I thought the mic was set up, but it wasn't set up. As a matter of fact, it was getting the backside of the mic. So you kind of didn't hear me. And I didn't know how to use that. There was actually a toggle on here that you move that I can just talk on here on this side. I didn't know that. And there's also another toggle that just, it's everything around. The point of the matter is you learn over time. Good practice makes perfect. I learned that a long time ago because I could do any type of practice. And at the end of the day, any type of practice is not going to make the perfect practice. You have to do good practice. And so for all of you, hey, look, we had an amazing stream. I think I hit the nail on the head. We're at the 2-hour mark over here. I'm going to end the stream now soon. And for all of you watching, hey, I hope you enjoyed this one. Bitcoin, the Bitcoin price. Let's see. Bitcoin, 63,340. Also, I'm going to give you a huge shout out. And for all of you watching, this is going to be the huge shout out over here. Boom it. This is the huge shout out. And for all of you that do not know what this is, you'll eventually figure out what that is, okay? And if you see now, I'm giving you the heads up. Here's the heads up. XRP is the cryptocurrency that officially I will talk about it very soon. This is no financial advice. I don't want you to buy any of these things. These are things that I want to show you. But anyways, hey, we had an amazing stream. Fantastic stream. Let me put the Bitcoin price back on here. Let me see where it's at. Somewhere here. As a matter of fact, what time is it? It's 5. Let me just put the, yeah. Let me just put this on here. I don't know why I have that line on here. Very weird that I have that line on here. Why is there a line on here? Very odd. I don't remember ever putting that line. That is very strange. I think I put that line a long time ago. Holy shit. What the hell? Did I just discover what I thought of a long time ago? Ah, that's not good. That is not good. What is this? 18,000? Jesus Christ. Okay, wow. I must have done that a long time ago. Look at this. I did this a long time ago. This is, God knows how long ago I done that. Probably, God knows how long ago. Maybe maybe I did it in I could have done it in 2021 or 2020. This is insane how I have that line here. If I predict this, I'm going to officially say I might be the Messiah. I might be Nostradamus. Because this, I don't remember having this ever. And holy shit, now that I'm seeing this, what the hell? I was going to end the stream, but now I'm seeing this. Let me show you this. This is crazy. This is something I must have done a long time ago. Let me see this. I must have done this one a long time ago. That is not good. That is not good. That means if this goes down, it'll keep on going down like this. Holy snap. That is insane. How far can this go? Let me see. It would be 18. Nah, I don't believe. Those are just predictions. If it happens, that'll be insane. That is the Dow Jones. That is the Dow Jones. Holy shit. Shout out to the Dow Jones and shout out to all of you watching. Hey, if you've been watching, hey, thank you so much. Don't believe in what I just showed you. Those are, hey, let me take that off the screen. Don't believe in that, okay? Let me take that off the screen. Okay, thank you. Take it off the screen. Good. Don't believe in what you just saw there. Holy shit. Holy heavens. Anyways, hey, I hope you enjoyed this whole stream. And for all of you watching, hey, I will tell you, I'm going to see if I stream later on tonight, talk about whiskeys, or for now, I will tell you, I've had an amazing show, give you little predictions, and I give you my mindset when it comes to fragrances, when it comes to wristwatch talk, and when it comes to Bitcoin, and also whiskey. So for all of you watching, hey, don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, UPERCHAT! You already know. UPERCHAT, we're number one. Hell yeah, we're number one. Shout out to each and every one in the chat room. I'll see you, UPERCHAT, and I'll see you all on the next one. See you soon.